New York,
Tokyo,
Germany,
Paris,
Portland,
Nashville,
Austria,
San Diego,
all of Florida,
Osaka,
Spain,
Madrid, Barcelona,
Portugal. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. As you all know, Andrea, my sister, she is my special guest today. Today I thought it'd be fun to do a video about how to travel, travel tips. I think one of the most popular questions, at least I get, I don't know if you get this a lot.
Yeah, I do.
How do you travel so much? How are you always on the go? Are you even working?
How to travel, where to go.
How do you plan your trips? Do you have a travel agent? Today we're gonna talk about kind of an outline of just main points, how to make traveling easier. Okay, so the number one thing you need when traveling
is money.
You have to have money. So I think it's hard for someone who doesn't have obviously a job or a full-time job, some way to save money. You can't travel without money.
It's very interesting because me and her, I'm an engineer, she's a nurse. We both live with our parents, which a lot of people find weird, but you kind of have to choose what kind of lifestyle you want. Living at home, we get to save a lot of money so we can travel. That's just one of the things that we do.
No, it's true, because if you think about it, if you're paying for rent, you're paying between $800 to $1,200 a month. That could be 2 trips if you stay domestic. If you go international, that could be 1 trip per month. I know some of you don't have that benefit, I don't know, to live with your parents. It's easier for you to live away. Some of you have families, some of you are married, which is fine.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of options for the people who do have bills and can save. I would personally suggest, if you're gonna do a US domestic city, it's probably gonna cost you anywhere between $500 to $600. That's pretty average for me if you plan everything smart.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, you know, if you put $100 aside every month, you'll be ready for your trip in 5 months, which is all you really need to travel.
Also, if you are planning on getting more into traveling, I recommend some type of travel credit card. Money-wise, we talked about saving your money every month, planning ahead, making sure before you go on this trip that you have enough money, not only for the trip, but spending once you get there. You have to do your research on the cost of living in that place. If you're going to Iceland, like you may have watched my vlog, crazy expensive. Gas was like triple the price as it is here. But if you go somewhere like Thailand, I've heard is really cheap. I've never been, but I've heard they're very cheap, so maybe you can spend a little bit more money going somewhere like that. If you think about it, each meal, you're going out to eat, most likely. Each meal is like at least $15, at least, if you know, you're being nice.
Summary of money, save between $500 to $600 domestic, and I would say probably about $2,000 if you're gonna do international. That's about how
Roughly.
much I have seen.
So first tip, money. You have to have money. How do we plan our trips? It seems like a lot of planning.
Yeah, my worst fear is going to a place and then somebody's saying, hey, did you go to this place? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You know, if I go to somewhere, I wanna make sure I visited
The highlights.
every possible place plus more.
And also you don't want to get to a place and be like, oh crap, what should I do today? I'm laying in bed here in the hotel.
Or where do
It's
I
noon.
eat? Let me just go to the nearest place, and you end up at like Taco Bell, basically.
Where to start on how to plan your trip is figure out where you want to go. I recommend going on Pinterest. If you're trying to save money, do budget-friendly traveling.
Pinterest is like everything for me. So and I also type in a locals guide. A locals guide to Miami, a locals guide to this, because...
So you're not getting the touristy, you're getting the inside, the good places, the inside scoop.
Exactly.
You want tropical? Do you want touristy? Do you want sightseeing? Do you want a lot of... What do you want?
What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want?
You want big, beautiful buildings. So figure out, narrow down where you want to go.
So an example I have is we're going to Boston in April, so I did all my research, and then from all the lists, I save restaurants, I save like the historical places. Zoom in there.
There it goes.
So it kind of shows you all the little blue dots are restaurants, and then all the stars are where to go. Okay, it's like it's struggling, but that kind of tells me, okay, I'm gonna be over here. I'm gonna plan my trip in this, you know, the west side of town, the east side of town, the north, and so that'll help you kind of get an itinerary together.
I'm gonna show you a few of mine. So like for example, I'm going to Hawaii in 3 weeks. So once you have done all your research, you figured out the places you wanna go, the things you wanna do. So like I'm going to Hawaii, I know I wanna do some scuba diving, that's why I'm going. I know I wanna eat some seafood, so I'm gonna be going to some sushi places, some seafood places. So I've done my research on the things that I wanna do. And then once you have all the things you wanna do, I've made this itinerary day by day, the schedule, the time, the things I'm gonna do.
Hour by hour.
Hour by hour.
Making sure they're open on
Yes.
Monday if you're there Monday.
Exactly. Plan your things, reserve your things, book in advance, so that when you're there at the place, you're not stressing out about scheduling things and being late for things and not having things planned out. Because I cannot stand when I go on vacation and it's just all over the place. Everybody's like, where are we gonna eat? No one can agree on things. Just have it planned, have reservations.
I already have like the menu, looked at all the pictures.
So I'll go ahead and pull up my Miami trip right now too. So all of my itineraries pretty much look the same. And then I'll pull up my Iceland itinerary right now too, so you can guys just get a little brief look at it. Andrea does hers similar but kind of different.
I don't even know. I just like, I mean, yeah.
Hers are always different. Sometimes she sends me them on like a paper, and
Yeah,
just, like,
sometimes I send them
scribble.
on Excel documents.
I feel like the trip is more organized. You get more stuff done if you plan it out.
And you eat at the best places. You know
Yeah.
you're eating at the, that's my biggest thing about planning.
Yeah. So now you have saved your money, you know where you want to go, you've planned your trip. Now it's time to implement and start to pack and get ready for your trip. Of course, it's very different, international, domestic. For international, so how
Yeah.
did you pack?
So,
Because she was gone internationally for a very long time.
when you're going international, you need to plan for all the stuff that you're gonna buy. I would actually put, like when I went to China, I put like Cheez-It boxes in my carry-on. So that way I was like, okay, I'm gonna eat like this snack and then I'm gonna have that room, because otherwise you're gonna not count.
Okay, that's a cool way to look at it.
That was just one example, because I knew in China
She's
it was
gonna
like-
eat her way through her luggage.
Yeah. Like I know in
Comfortable
Iceland,
clothes.
it's like just try to get a big backpack or something, because there's cobblestone over there in a lot of Europe. So you're trying to pull luggages and it's terrible. Your wheels are gonna fall off.
So my rule of thumb is to just always pack light, no matter where you're going. Obviously, like if you're going to Paris and you're a shopper and you're going there, you know you're gonna shop, then like she said, plan for extra space in your luggage. But for me, I personally like to pack light. I'll only take one luggage or a luggage and a backpack, a small carry-on, just a small carry-on and a small purse, just because I feel like keeping up with all my stuff stresses me out. And then especially when I travel alone, I don't have anybody to help me with this stuff. It's like having a child. So cold places, you need a big jacket, a little jacket, and then I say like one pair of jeans and, you know, of course in layers. But you don't need to be like fashionista in the cold places because you're gonna have your big jacket on the whole time. Maybe just dress it up with different scarves. But in places like Europe, kind of the same thing. I think what
Yeah,
we
just
did
bring
is
like 2 or 3 bottoms, maybe one cute dress, and just like those little flimsy blouses, especially if you're gonna be somewhere more hot or hotter.
Okay, so this is just an example. Andrea, hold the shirt up. So you take one shirt, and you can literally you can wear this shirt every single day. I mean, of course, if it's getting dirty. But you can dress it up with different scarves. You can dress it up with the blue scarf. You can dress it up with this. You can wear it without. You can wear it as a hijab if you want to. Or you can just wear it just the shirt itself. You can roll up the sleeves. You can tie
knot in
it.
it, be a little.
And I just made like 5 different outfits with one shirt. What you gotta do, girlfriend, but I'm just
It's not
telling
possible
you.
for everybody. Like some of my friends, they no matter where they go, if it's a 3-day trip, have a huge luggage. I'm like,
Some people are just more high maintenance than others. It's smarter to pack lighter, it's easier, but like I said, do what you have to do. Just a few random little things that you should pack. Random things that I always pack are like the portable charger, headphones. If you're going international, I highly recommend a Wi-Fi thing that you can even get at the airports once you get there.
I always, like, I know we were talking about packing, but I need to bring like almost the whole trip's worth of underwear because I just can't. I need to bring your underwear, basically.
I think for some reason when we pack, or I think this is for everybody, when we pack and we go somewhere, we bring underwear like as if we're gonna pee our pants like twice a day. Like that's just the way I think people pack. Have a copy of your passport if you go international, because if that thing gets stolen, if you lose it,
You ain't coming home.
international, make sure you have the correct plugs for the walls. They do have different plugs. Once you get there, you're gonna be screwed. You're not gonna be able to charge your phone. You're gonna be lost. It's gonna be a mess.
I love using Google Flights to find a good deal. I don't know what you
I
use.
use Hopper. It's just Hopper. It's a little bunny rabbit. You put in the date that you want your flight or your trip, the date you need your flight, and it saves, it updates you. It says, hey, your flight is $100 right now. Hurry and buy it. Or it'll tell you, hey, don't buy this. The price is gonna lower down in a few months or a few weeks. Google Flights is really good because it shows you all the airlines also as well.
I also like Skyscanner. It's if you don't really if you're flexible with your schedule, you're not looking at a particular date, you could type in travel anytime and it'll show the cheapest flight for cities all around the world. So that one's really cool too if you don't have like a specific month that you want to travel.
Yeah. Taking a road trip might be easier. We just went to Tennessee and saved a lot of money doing that. You save a lot of money that way if you're really trying to budget. Another thing about transportation, getting to your place, like we recommended to get an app to follow the flights to travel on days that are least likely to be more expensive, like Saturdays and Sundays, Fridays. Those days are very expensive to travel.
Yeah.
Pay attention to your layover time. Some people say, oh, that flight is so cheap, I'm gonna book it, but they don't realize that they have a 10-hour layover in some random city that nobody cares about. That's okay if you're trying to hit that city and you wanna tour that city for a little bit, but
It's more stressful.
yeah, I like to get to my destination like ASAP.
Sometimes time is truly money.
Something I learned when we went to New York, and it was just a mess. We got our luggages, went missing. It was just a whole thing. But I had my makeup with me, which was like a lifesaver because I can borrow my sister's clothes, I can wear the same clothes, but you can't wear the same makeup every day for 3 days. That's what I learned. So, for now on, every time I travel, I always have at least a little bit of makeup, like the essentials with me. And then some people even swear by packing 1 day's outfit with them.
Traveling in the city, it kind of depends what the culture is for that city. So, I mean, we use Uber here and a lot of other countries use Uber, but sometimes it's just a little easier to use taxis there because they're all over the place, especially in like Spain and stuff like that. So yeah, it just really depends on the culture. Trains, the busing systems are always like, people are hesitant, but it's actually kind of fun and part of the culture, and I kind of like to use their systems, but you just have to do your research, and Google Maps will actually help you get to there via train
station
or subway.
And domestic, I highly recommend just getting a car.
Again, it depends on the city. Obviously, in New York,
Oh yeah, New York.
don't get a car. Houston, you would need a car, but
Yeah, but when I travel by myself, like I'll go to California, Florida, I get a car because I feel like safer. I feel like if I have to check out of my Airbnb early, I have all my stuff in my car. I can still tour the city before I have to leave. I feel like I go where I need to go whenever I need to go there. I will say renting a car can get a little expensive, especially if you're under 25. So I do recommend an app called Turo, which I'll put the little thing up here. That actually is just like Airbnb, except you're renting somebody's car. So it's very cheap. For Miami, I got a car for like $120 for 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, and it also depends what you're doing. Are you gonna be staying in that city? If say you come to Texas, are you gonna be, okay, I'm gonna go to Dallas, I'm gonna go to Austin, I'm gonna go to San Antonio, you know, and then Europe is the same size as Texas, so are you gonna be traveling around around Spain? So things like that you just have to consider. So
Plan out your trips, figure out what kind of transportation you need. It's something that's very important. Okay, our favorite topic, food. Which we already kind of covered with the expensive thing. Food is very expensive.
We were spending so much money. I think we went to Paris at one point on that same trip, and for just like a piece of toast and like a little crepe, it was like almost $20 a person. It adds up. So, and it's just so, some of the food in Europe, of course you want to have your like main dishes like the paellas and of course you want crepes in Paris, but they're not like mouth-watering and filling. So you just want to get yourself through the day. So like I would say for lunch, what we did, we just went to the markets that they have, and they have markets all over the place.
Which are also fun to experience. So even the experience I recommend.
It's just a locals experience too, because that's what they do. Yeah, exactly. So we got a big loaf of bread like this long, and just a bunch of meats and veggies and cheese, and we just had our lunch as a family, and I think it was all under like $20.
Yeah. I always go to the market. Like if you've watched my vlogs where I'm traveling by myself, I always go. The first thing I do when I get there, like in Hawaii, I'm going to the farmer's market. And then in, I think, California, farmer's market. So one thing that I always recommend for people who get hungry very easily, just a jar of oatmeal, which I know is very random. I have flax seeds in here. I have chia seeds in here, cinnamon, I have cocoa nibs, I have all kinds of stuff in here. I also bring like breakfast bars, like Cliff bars. If you're gonna be doing a lot of sightseeing, I recommend doing that. When I went to Iceland, I brought packs of tuna. It's gonna last me, I'm gonna come home with this probably halfway full.
But we do eat, we're very light eaters, but
we're foodies though,
we're huge foodies. So, but we wanna see more. We don't wanna be sitting down eating for 3 meals a day for the majority. I mean, that takes up almost 6 hours of your day, and you're trying to, I would rather see.
And it's gonna take up 60% of your spending.
Yes, exactly. So oatmeal is your best friend in regards to filling you up. It just will last you throughout your whole morning and get you to lunch. And then you could go eat at a restaurant that you've been dying to go to. So staying. We both, I think, love Airbnbs. If you do your research beforehand, you could get really good deals on Airbnb. Sometimes like $50 to $60, really cute, quaint Airbnbs. It's very cost effective too to do it that way. Hotels, it kind of depends. I would just look at both, but I've had a lot more successes, and then you're staying in really cute, like,
so I'll post a few places that we've stayed on here.
Oh yeah.
This is the place we stayed at in Oregon that I was obsessed with. And then where's another cute place?
Palm Springs. We stayed in this really cute yurt.
So I'll post that one here. Hopefully you can find it.
Yeah, that was probably one of the like coolest little places. You actually can find places where to travel just based on Airbnb. Exactly. I'm like, what is that place? That place is so cute.
I want to go there. Like, I'm gonna buy a plane
and then you could just save them. Yeah, so little things like that. I just love that.
And then the one, what was the other one I stayed at? The one in Iceland, the ranch. I'll post here too. That one was like probably the best. That was one of our favorites. So Airbnb hotels can be a little bit more expensive. I know Andrea was crazy and she stayed in a hostel in Europe, but she had a lot of people with her.
Yeah,
never stay in a hostel by yourself.
Yeah, hostels are. I feel like would be okay if you're really free spirit, especially if you're like a lot younger, because there's a lot of young people staying in hostels. So it's actually kind of, you go to like the living room and you get to meet people from all over the world. So that's kind of what's cool about it.
They're basically, so explain a hostel. What a hostel
is. A hostel is basically like dorm rooms There's no locks. Everybody shares
A bathroom.
like multiple bathrooms. It could be co-ed, and they have living rooms and shared kitchens. Everything's shared.
Sometimes they'll even put like a big open lofty, like a loft room, and just put
a bunch
beds.
of bunk beds.
Yeah.
Like it's weird.
If you're really, just be safe, especially
Yeah.
girls. Girls, you all know the dangers of just being a girl, and it's true. Just being a girl, you're just more likely to get into something not good. So just you be smart while you travel. Be safe. I wouldn't recommend a hostel unless you're with somebody. I would do a hostel with you.
And I have to have great reviews.
Yeah.
Because I would need some shower shoes so I get toe fungus. I'd be so scared. I'm not a huge, she scares me because she likes to travel a lot by herself. That like freaks me out, so.
So the last tip I think that we can give you, which is why I love traveling with Andrea, and I think she loves traveling with me, is because we're very adaptable. Your trip is never gonna go as planned. There's always gonna be something that's gonna go wrong. You're gonna get a flat tire, you're gonna get lost, you're gonna miss your reservation, you're gonna lose your luggage. You just always have to keep a positive attitude.
And have fun wherever you're at. I mean, that's the whole point of you traveling, is just have a good time.
Make fun of it, yeah. If you do want travel advice from us, places that you want to travel, comment below. Even if you're in our personal lives, text us. We would love to help you, give you tips.
Or even itineraries.
I think we love both planning trips. Like, we'll fight over it. We'll be like, no, Andrea, we're doing this. Places that we've traveled that we could help you, like I said, New York,
Tokyo,
Germany,
Paris,
Portland,
Nashville,
Austria,
San Diego,
all of Florida,
Osaka,
Spain,
Madrid, Barcelona,
Portugal,
Rome, Sardinia, all of the Sicily area.
know Texas to a T. There's a lot of nice places to travel in
Austin,
Texas.
San Antonio.
Yeah.
So
Fredericksburg. Yep. You guys, thank you for watching. This was a lot of talking, and
Yeah, I don't know if y'all will stay this long.
I hope you do. Comment below, like I said, places you've traveled, some travel tips you have for other people. We love you. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you next time.